Folks, hello again. It's been almost 8 years since Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 went missing in the southern Indian Ocean with 239 souls on board. Other than a few dozen pieces of debris that washed up on various beaches, not much else has been found. We are still trying to answer so many questions. 2 years ago, we answered some of them for you. In our groundbreaking documentary, The Untold Story, Australia's Prime Minister at the time, Tony Abbott, told me that his Malaysian counterpart informed him a week after the plane disappeared that it was mass murder-suicide by the pilot, the politically active Zahari Shah.
It was understood at the highest levels that this was almost certainly murder-suicide by the pilot.
The Malaysian government, which owns the airline, always kept this quiet, even saying in its final report that it couldn't draw a conclusion, not to mention that it botched its own investigation. Despite the largest search in history, the trail ran cold, interest dropped to zero. Then, recently, a breakthrough. The highly respected British aerospace engineer Richard Godfrey worked out a precise location for the wreckage. Using data collected by a network of amateur or ham radio users, Godfrey tracked the plane's crash site to the northern part of the original zone, an area that's been searched before. What's left of the aircraft is perhaps covered in sediment about 4,000 metres below the water's surface. The technology is called Weak Signal Propagation Reporter, or WSPR, and it's legitimate. Angus Mitchell is the new head of Australia's Transport Safety Bureau, and he told us exclusively in our next investigation, which airs next week, that he's looking into it. Is WSPR credible?
Certainly WSPR is credible. The inventor received a Nobel Peace Prize for his work. So it is credible. Whether it's credible to track an aircraft and over these distances is yet to be determined.
But it could be.
Well, there will be a key there one day. Something will help us unlock it.
What this means is that investigators here are looking at Godfrey's analysis and poring over every old satellite image in search of something out of place. Kind of like a police officer going over a cold case and studying all the old pieces of evidence.
One of the things we have done, and it really is in the emergence of this new theory, was to, because it puts the aircraft in an area that we have already searched. So I guess me coming in with a due diligence and a new set of eyes, we are undertaking a review of the data that we hold there.
At an official level, it's not Australia's investigation anymore, it's Malaysia's, but it's staggering really that not a jot of interest is coming from them. The government line is that it won't start a new search until credible information is brought forward. Is this not credible? Even Australians are looking into it. And what's even more interesting is that this crash site, pinpointed by Godfrey, is the exact same point first identified by the oceanographer Chari Patirachi just 6 months after the plane disappeared. He used drift analysis not just to work out where he thinks the plane crashed, but also most pieces of the plane that have been discovered so far. Search technology has only improved in the years that have gone by, and even though the pandemic has set all governments back, surely Malaysia owes the victims' families a new search, or at least a tiny bit of interest. MH370, The Final Search, airs on Sky News Australia next week. See you then.